Welcome to another edition of Grizzlies Daily. I'm your host, Malik. Let's just get straight into it. All NBA teams have yet to come out at this point, and we are at the conference finals. Pretty surprising. We usually get them kind of earlier, especially with MVP and all that, but the NBA is taking their time with it. So, right now, with that in mind, it's begging the question: is Jaren Jackson Jr. going to make an All NBA team? Short answer for me: probably not, and most likely not. He just, compared to the other guys, the top guys in the league, he does not present a resume over them that I think would qualify for an All NBA team. I mean, maybe a case for third team, but I really do think he just doesn't make the cut. He kind of dipped a bit in the second half of the season, so that really hurt his chances. But other than that, you asked me before the All Star break, I was team Jaren All NBA. Like you can go back. I was like he's gonna make an All NBA team, but that dip in the All Star break, especially with the team, that really affected his chances, in my opinion. And I do think he just genuinely won't make it. But I mean, you look at his stats; he makes a good case. For year seven, he made a great case. Actually, I mean, you look at the guy. In basically 30 minutes a game, he averaged 22, 5 and 2 with a steal and 1.5 blocks. All this while shooting 48%, 49% from the field, 37% from three, and 78% from the free throw line. He makes a great case. He really does. But if you watch the games, you'll know that first half of the season, Jaren, and second half of the season, Jaren, completely different. But we did see towards the end of the year, in the regular season at least, we saw a little bit more from Jaren, and kind of back to that first half of the season form. Fortunately, we couldn't really get it in the playoffs how we wanted it to. I mean, he played. I mean, I'm just gonna say he could have played better. I'm just gonna say that in the first round he definitely could have played better. I mean, you look at it, game one, absolute stinker, and then games two and three, he played pretty good. It's just gotta he could have played better, and I think a lot of people tell you that Jaren could have played better. That's just the reality. So yeah, I think Jaren doesn't make an All NBA team, which will benefit the Grizzlies actually because they don't have to give him a supermax. So if that does mean the case, that still opens up cap room, and they can sign Jaren to a team friendly deal rather than a player friendly deal, which could be almost up to 300 million. So yeah, so I think Jaren, while he makes a strong case, he does not meet that criteria for All NBA, and that'll be something that we'll definitely have to see. Now, all that could change. Who knows? They might actually give him third team or second team. Now, I think second team would be a stretch, but if he slides in the third team, I guess you make a point. But that's just my answer to that. Now, something else I want to get into. Um, Obviously, the conference finals are set. You got the West Conference, Timberwolves and Thunder. Down the East, you got Pacers and Knicks. Now, what do all of these teams have in common? They got young stars: Tyrese Halliburton, Jalen Brunson, Anthony Edwards, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. These are guys that were in talks with Ja as to who is the next face of the league, or who, like, top five, top 10 conversations. Now, I bring this up because this does affect. I think this takes a huge hit to how people look at Ja as a player, resume wise, and it's not uncommon. We've seen this happen with plenty of players in the past, but the fact that all of these guys that were compared to him initially have already made a conference finals. Tyrese Halliburton and Jalen Brunson being the guys that made two already. Well, Anthony Edwards as well. It's not a good look. It is not a good look at all. I mean, I've gone on record saying I've gone on record saying I think Ant and Shea are basically better than and Shea and Jalen Brunson to me are better than John. Tyrese Halliburton, not quite sure, but I mean, it's hard to argue facts. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton is leading his team to the conference finals in back-to-back years and has a good chance of making the finals. All this while an anonymous poll said that he was the most overrated player in the league, and now he's proven them wrong. He just defeated the number one seeded Cavs in 5. So, um, yeah, it's definitely not a good look for Ja. That's why I said this offseason is really going to mean a lot going into next season, because I truly do think if because I have to remember, I think Ja would be in Ja's going on year 7, and with good regular seasons to show for it, but one playoff series win in year 7, that's not a good look. That's not a good look, and I do believe that if he does not make a strong playoff push this year and at least make it to the conference finals, we're going to start seeing talks of Ja being overrated. So I'm warning you right now, this conference finals is going to be a lot, not just for the teams in it, but for the teams watching, one of them being the Grizzlies and Ja Morant. Now, obviously, Ja Morant probably does not care about any of that, but I'm telling you right now, the media has a narrative playing in place, and they're going to run with it. So if Ja Morant and the Grizzlies do not have success next year, we are going to see talks on ESPN and all of these podcasts talking about how overrated Ja is. So I'm preparing y'all right now because I've seen it happen before, and it's not pretty. It's not fun. I promise y'all, it's not fun. So that's that right now. That's just the think piece that I had. Going into some actual news, and this is from Brett Siegel, an inside reporter for the NBA. On I saw this tweet on Twitter. So the Salt Lake City Summer League, it is returning once again for this upcoming for next few months, upcoming months actually. I believe in July. Um, so we actually have the teams that are going to be included in it, and the Memphis Grizzlies is one of them. So we have the Utah Jazz, the Grizzlies, the OKC Thunder, and Philadelphia 76ers set to participate on July 5th, 7th, and 8th before the NBA Summer League in Las Vegas begins on July 12th. That's what the tweet reads. Now, obviously, the Grizzlies have been in the Salt Lake City Summer League for the past couple of years now, so this is nothing new, but just some new information just to kind of go away from the all season and all the hypotheticals and all that. Just actual news is pretty good, and obviously we have an idea of what the summer league team is going to consist of. Obviously, we can expect Zach Edey. We know Jalen Wells has said on record that he's going to be in the summer league. I'm not sure if GG is going to be in it. Um, right now, that's really all we know. It's mostly probably going to consist of a bunch of G League guys and maybe TJ Schwartz if they finalize that thing. There's no real update on that. As of right now, there's still no updates on that. But yeah, that's just something that we can look forward to. So mark your calendars, July 5th. Hold on, let me make sure I got the date right. I believe it said, yeah, July 5th. Mark your calendars. That's when Summer League for the Grizzlies will start. And they go against some pretty young teams that are in the rebuild. Well, not even in the rebuilding stage, just young and upcoming teams that are starting fresh, or just overall the idea around them is youth. So this will be good. This will be good for Edey. This will be good for Jalen Wells. So I can't wait to see him. Now I'm gonna transition into a topic that I've seen on Grizzlies Twitter that I don't know. I don't think I can let this slide. I don't think I can let this slide. So there were some trade ideas, and I it pains me to read these. It really does. So the tweet says, "Who says no?" This is a 3-team trade between the Philadelphia 76ers, the Grizzlies, and the Kings. So the Sixers, and I'm not joking when I read this, the Sixers would get Desmond Bane and DeMar DeRozan. The Grizzlies would actually no. The Kings would get Paul George, John Conchar, and 2 of the Grizzlies' second-round picks. And the Grizzlies would get Malik Monk, Kelly Oubre, and a 2025, the 3rd overall pick from the Sixers. I'm not joking when I read that. I've already seen people's takes on these. For one, if there was a team that would say no, for one, it'd probably be the Sixers. Yes, you're getting Desmond Bane and DeMar DeRozan back, but Your cap goes up because you're still paying Desmond Bane's contract. And also the third, look, I love Desmond Bain, but there is not a world where that man is worth the third overall pick. I'm sorry to say it. He is not worth the third overall pick. So that is insane. And plus, DeMar DeRozan, who is about to go, who's getting much older, by the way. I don't agree trading away the third overall pick for that. And for the Kings might take this. I truly think so. If there was a team that would take this, it'd be the Kings. I mean, you get Paul George, John Conchar, and two second round picks. I mean, I don't know what you do with Conchar. Paul George, obviously, I mean, Paul George is coming off a pretty injury. He was injured majority of this year, so that's even a risk for them. That's why I said the Kings might take this. But honestly, if there was a team, and I truly mean this, if there was a team that definitely would take this, if they were just that crazy to propose this, the Grizzlies would take this deal. And I'm gonna tell you why the Grizzlies take this deal. The third overall pick in a class that features Cooper Flag and Ace Bailey, like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? They would take this. Now, granted, this goes against the philosophy that I have, which is we need more veterans. But you could flip that third overall pick into something nice. In fact, you can include that into a package with one of the superstars that has been in rumors, like Giannis. So, out of everybody that would take this, it's the Grizzlies, but it's still not a good trade. Now, the next trade, I'm reading off. I just can't. I just can't. It's it's between the Jazz and the Grizzlies. I'm sure if you're on Twitter, you might have seen this. The Jazz will receive Jaren Jackson Jr. and a second round pick from Golden State, but the Grizzlies have it, so it'd be the 48th overall pick. And then the Grizzlies will receive John Collins in the fifth overall pick. I just I think we're losing the plot badly. We're losing the plot so much, and it's actually frustrating. And you see why this is why when people give guys like Zach Kleiman a lot of flack, and then they propose trades like this in a trade bot, this is why I don't listen to them because this is just dumb. Now, if we were trading for John Collins, this is what I would think. Now, John Collins and the the fifth overall pick, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think there's anybody on this team that is worth giving up and still worth getting the fifth round pick. I mean, fifth overall pick. It's just too difficult. It's too difficult to pull off. I'm sorry. And plus, you I, trading for John Collins himself, you can definitely make a package for that. You can make a package with that. I trade here's here. So if I'm trading for John Collins, I would propose to them Santi Aldama and I'm trying to think. Honestly, I propose Santi Aldama and Vince Williams Jr. I feel like that'd be good for them. They get another wing. They get another wing that can play make and stretch the floor when he has the room. And then you get Santi who can develop into a very good player in this league. We've seen flashes of it. He can develop into a very good player, and not to mention there's still the possibility that Utah might move on from Lowry marketing. So you do that, you actually would help out the Jazz, and I feel like they'd be more willing to get rid of John Collins for a deal like that. It's just that fifth overall pick in a draft class like this, it's worth a lot, and it's not worth Jaren Jackson Jr. Now, I've seen some of the craziest takes. People saying John Collins is better than Jaren Jackson Jr. Honestly, and I truly mean this, and I'm looking into the camera when I say this. If you are a Grizzlies fan and you are out here saying John Collins is better than Jaren Jackson Jr., you need to be slapped in the face about 50 times. I'm sorry. That's just reality. Because you mean to tell me that a guy that has won Defensive Player of the Year, made an All Star team twice, is worse than the guy who has none of those accolades except the Eastern Conference Finals appearance, and that's it. That's literally it when it comes to John Collins. So if you're out here saying that John Collins is better than Jared Jackson Jr., you're tripping. It's just simple as that. So let's cut that narrative. Let's if we're gonna use these trade bots, we gotta do better. This is not NBA 2K where other GMs don't understand how valuable something is. We have to really think about these things. So let the professionals do what they do, and let's stop right there, okay? Because these trades they're getting worse by the day. Now, obviously, as more trade ideas come around, I'm gonna bring them and give my 2 cents on them, and even maybe rework them. Give a new perspective to it. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel Grizzlies Daily and turn on those post notifications. We upload every day, every other day at that. So make sure to be on the lookout. Like I said, I'm always looking for things to talk about to you guys, whether it's hypotheticals or the latest news. So if I find anything, I'm definitely gonna make sure to bring it to you guys. So there you go. Just make sure you here, you locked in, and I'll bring it to you guys. So until the next episode, y'all stay blessed.